Is there music playing? Where's that music coming from? What's up? Whoa. Whoa. Get this thing tightened up a little bit. Nice. What's up, everybody? Who's going to tune in? It's late lives. We got our late lives going on here. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure we get everything set here. Cool. So, quitting time. Touchy subject. Not really. So, first of all, one of the most beautiful things in the world I just saw. I got to sneak into Keegan's room and witnessing a 2-year-old boy sleeping on a little tiny pillow. Man, just the sweetest thing I've ever seen. I had to break the news to Mia that I officially saw the cutest thing in the world. Anyway, yeah, so quitting. This is a short one, guys. So, quit. I know we're not supposed to quit, but there are certain things you should quit. So, quit procrastinating. Quit being a jerk. If you're being a jerk, stop being a jerk. It's time to quit that crap. And quit smoking. Come on. Quit smoking. Please. Please quit smoking. If you want to know how to quit smoking, reach out to me. Little known secret, I smoked. Actually, it's not a secret. Maybe it's a secret to some of you that I quit smoking many years ago. But anyway, there is a way to quit smoking. So you need to reach out to me if you want to know how to quit smoking. But quitting. So actually, funny thing, this actually isn't really about quitting per se tonight. What I wanted to talk about is not quitting, not giving up. Interestingly, some of you are aware, many don't know, I signed up for a Spartan Ultra Beast, which is in like 5 weeks, the end of April. Actually, oh my gosh, it's like 4 weeks away. Holy crap. Anyway, so it's like 30 miles, and I've never run more than 16 miles in my life, and at one time. But anyway, Saturday I went for a run at Bear Creek. I did about 12 and a half or just under 12 and a quarter miles running around the mountain. Excuse me. I gotta tell you, all I kept thinking about is bailing on this race and how bad I think I'm gonna want to quit. And I started thinking back to some of these Spartan Beast races I'd been in where I wanted to quit. And I can remember them vividly. One of them, specifically the Spartan Beast up in Vermont, towards the end after failing a couple obstacles late in the race, getting in a sandbag carry. I wanted to quit because there was a point where you rounded a corner and you would just see, I don't even know how many yards up that you still had to go, and then you like zig back across and then back up out of sight. Man, it was it took a lot to not quit. I was pretty much just toast at that point, but at that point, one of my slogans, and this is really tonight, I think, is really about having a strategy when you know you're going to be pushed to the brink of quitting. What are you going to do when you get to that brink? Is there some kind of phrase you're going to repeat to yourself? Is there a song you're going to turn on? Maybe there's that one song, that one phrase that you're going to keep repeating to yourself. So one of my favorite phrases when things get tough, hold on, are these things on right? Is leaning into it. It's kind of like when the wave comes crashing. You don't just stand there and let it pummel you. You lean into it. The wind, good gust of wind. You don't just let it blow you and stumble backwards. I mean, that's kind of lame. You lean into it. You hold your ground. But you can't just stand straight up and down. You just have to give it a little bit of effort. You got to lean into it, kind of embrace the challenge. So a little bit of a struggle, just kind of lean into it and trust that it's gonna subside. It's not gonna last forever, and you'll survive and live and see another day. I often, along with leaning into it, Particularly, there's so many obviously different examples of when you're pushed to your limits, but particularly just because I was thinking of running and racing, it's really easy to just walk off. I mean, no one's life is on the line by you quitting a race. But I always think, man, later tonight, that's going to sting a little bit. Or tomorrow, that's going to hurt a little bit, knowing that I quit. How am I going to tell people back home, how'd the race go? It got hard. I quit. I don't know. No, so that runs through the head. And it's like, yeah, no, I don't want to live with that thought, with that regret of quitting. So anyway, leaning into it. The other thing that I like to talk about, when it comes to quitting, is actually something Nick Foles, yes, the Super Bowl MVP from last year, no longer with the Eagles, unfortunately. But anyway, he has a book out. I didn't read it. I will. But anyway, in a couple of his interviews and briefly in the book, he talks about, one of his secrets to staying so poised when the odds just seem stacked against you is he doesn't look at the clock. He doesn't look at the clock. He doesn't know what the score is. And I think that so many of us, me included, just kind of think in terms of results and what we have to do and how much longer this is going to last and how much farther we have to go, when if you just kind of break it down into that moment that you're in, and nothing really matters outside that moment, just take that one step. So the whole cliche of one step at a time, I think really does make sense. And Nick Foles, when it's getting down to crunch time, it's one play at a time. He's not thinking about, wow, they got to put a nice drive together, and then they got to get a stop, and then they got to, convert on their next drive, and, hopefully make the 2-point conversion. No, let's just run this play and focus on this right now. Doesn't matter. Everything else will take care of itself. We'll worry about it when we get there. But yeah, one step at a time, one play at a time. I don't know. I just think it's pretty compelling. So, when things are getting tough, you lean into it, one breath at a time, one step at a time, one moment at a time, one play at a time, whatever it is, one page at a time. You're struggling to get through a book. Anyway, guys, that's kind of the main thing. There's a couple more on the list. I'm starting to kind of get a little long here, but, I got a couple extra tips, but I think one other, as far as a song goes, one of the songs that kind of got brought up in something I was listening to recently, oddly, was an Eminem song, and actually listened to it through, and One Shot. I don't know what this song is called. Is that what it's called? One Shot? But anyway, YouTube it, Spotify it, Google it. You got one shot, and you may be in that moment, and you may be wanting to quit and bag it, throw in the towel, but that might be your one shot. That might be that moment where you overcome this obstacle. Maybe it's not personally for you, but that story that you may share may inspire somebody else to take their shot and to push through to the other side. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. So if you want some of these other tips I've written down here, again, I'm just going a little long here. I got 3 more that I could share with you. You know what to do. Reach out to me, and hope you all are having an awesome Monday evening. Happy Monday, everybody. Live optimized. Peace. See you later.